Go figure, nigga, Wednesday evening. I am your host, Mr. Troy Terrain, PKA Fucknut from New Jersey, now repping Woodstock, GA. Good evening, welcome aboard. Tonight's trending topic, Akon says the rich and famous go through more issues than the poor. Shit's trending, backlash. I'm really starting to fuck with Akon kind of heavy. Didn't he say something a couple of years ago about African Americans should get over slavery? Yeah, he said this to a TMZ reporter of sorts in relation to his friend Michael K. Williams, who has passed away. He said he hadn't seen Michael since prior to the pandemic. And then he said that he was, he didn't know that he had a drug issue. But that was his statement, and it's trending everywhere. The rich and famous go through more issues than the poor. How do you feel about that statement? Do you think it has legs, validity? Do you think Akon is a snob, an elitist, a sellout? Are you rich? Are you wealthy? Are you a bum? Do you live in the next man's shadow? Are you a player hater on everything and everybody? Let's have that discussion tonight. Also, the showrunner. Woohoo! Showrunner. Does a gay experience mean you're gay? Let me repeat that. Does a gay experience mean you're gay? Inspired by a conversation I had with an associate of mine, not a friend, because he just came home from doing a 15-year stretch. I don't go visit niggas in the penitentiary. I don't send money, packages. Find a bitch for that. But we had a conversation about a week ago. Good conversation, and just within the conversation, I'm asking him about, how was it, man, being locked down, I mean? I myself have never been to the penitentiary. I had no interest in it. You already know that story. But I asked him, I said, hey, man, did you smash one of them little young niggas coming through, looking all soft and tender? He laughed, man, don't ask me no shit like that. I said, I'm asking you. He said, man, fuck out of here. I said, I'm asking you, just on some G shit, man. I'm not going to go on the microphone and say your name. And he didn't want to have the conversation. Not that I'm trying to hold anything over his head, but I would like to approach this from two positions. Number one, if you were molested and you were underage, no, I don't even want to incorporate that into this type of discussion. That's something much, much deeper and not a joking matter in any way, shape, or form. But if you were of age, and you had a gay experience, male or female, does it mean you're gay? Does it mean you're gay? Now, I don't want to take it too deep just yet. Pause. But I do want to approach that topic. Also, I guess we could somewhat sort of tie that into the Zulu Nation, Africa Bambaataa lawsuit that is a reality. DJ Vlad has got it up in his featured box. And also make sure you go to Layla Will's YouTube channel. She did a lengthy post on this yesterday. And, it's going to get messy and nasty, as you know, the lawsuit, unless Bambaataa tries to settle. But again, I don't even want to speculate with regards to that just yet, because they haven't even discussed discovery, depositions, anything like that. So anything can happen. And, what is Bro Shep's name? Bro Shep, a.k.a. Cousin It. Hold on a second. He sent me an email today. He claims he was a Black Panther, a Harlem nigga, claiming Black Panther status. Well, Wasn't he like, supposedly, if I remember correctly, he said he was stealing hubcaps in the 80s. Just some real convoluted bullshit. Anyway, he sent me, hold on, a crazy, here it is. Oh my God. I think I'm going to print this out. I'm not going to put it on the screen, though. From the desk of veteran Black Panther Zulu Nation King Sadiki Bro Shep Olagubala, however you say his last name. I call him Cousin It because when I first broke the Africa Bambaataa story back in 2016 with the Ronald Savage interview, oh, they came at my neck in the Daily News. Star is a longtime COINTEL pro agent, yada, yada, yada. Some of it's true, but, you know, they were trying to act like this was a combined effort with the government to take down Bambaataa. No, this was one guy who stood up and said, hey, I was violated. So, hold on. We can somewhat sort of tie the showrunner into the Africa Bambaataa lawsuit. Okay, screenshot. Give me a second. I'll print that out. And, I'm sorry. Good evening, Troll Babies. How you guys doing? Didn't singer Tank, wasn't he on a show with Angela Yee a couple of years ago? And he said, if you have a gay experience, it doesn't mean you're gay. Someone please refresh my memory, huh? I'm talking that bussy talk. Sipping coffee tonight for right now. No hard liquor because I do have to get up early tomorrow and have to drop off my car at the Benz dealer. I really don't like that whole experience. I'm not even trying to stunt. I just, you know, hi, Mr. Train, would you like a bottle of water? No, I don't even want to be here. I just want to drop off this fucking gas guzzler. You know, you check out the goddamn, the relays and the sensors, tell me what's going on, and just get back, man. I'm going to get the fuck out of here, okay? But, so I need to get up early. I'm going to sip one beer tonight after my coffee. Okay, they're throwing up the rainbows for Tank. Hey, Tank. Hey, girl. Yeah, what year was that? I mean, not that it's that deep, but was it lip service or something like that? I don't know. So, does a gay experience mean you're gay? Also, let me say, if you're doing time in the penitentiary, a stretch, not a skid bid in the county. You're in your cell up on the top tier in the back. Into your cell comes a little young tender nigga, smooth skin, straight teeth, all bubbly, jovial. You're on the bottom bunk. You know, you haven't smashed wifey in 5 years. You ain't touched nothing but, you know, just your dick beaters and a couple of magazines. In comes this little nigga, huh? He's smelling fresh like some of that new, what do you call that little exfoliation soap? Purr. Shit starts going through your mind, you know, man, maybe I'll smash this nigga, nobody find out. What happens if you smash him or, you know, he tops you off? Does that make you gay? A one-time experience. I would love to get a penitentiary nigga on the line tonight, somebody who has done a stretch to talk that real shit, because my associate, again, not to be confused with the friend, he didn't even want to have that conversation. Nah, don't be asking me no shit like that. All right. I see a couple of folks on the line. Bear with me. I want to take our time this evening. My main topic, as I said, Akon says the rich and famous go through more issues than the poor. And where is he from? Is it Senegal? Hold on a second. I should know. I forget. He used to claim he was a car thief, didn't he? From New Jersey or something like that. Okay, Senegal. Okay, Senegalese American singer and songwriter. Okay, from New Jersey. Where was he born, though? Where did he go to elementary school, middle school? You know. Okay, he was born in 1973 in St. Louis, Missouri. At some point, his family moved to New Jersey. I guess they started eating high up on the goat. Gonzilla, I got your donation. Thank you so much. He says, let's ask Rory to run the tranny story back. Let's fill the holes. Let's fill the holes in his story. Pause. Rory and I had such a good conversation last night. Yo, when I finally crashed, I said, man, I hope I don't think about no fucking coke. I just want to go to sleep. I mean, because sometimes you talk about something, and when you're sleeping, the shit plays back in your mind. You know what I'm talking about? He and I were talking that old crazy shit, and then I started thinking, I said, yo, why did I even fucking remind myself of that crazy shit? Anyway. All right, also, hold on a second. I want to be very, very respectful. I was supposed to go roller skating today. Please hear me out. I need a new female roller skating partner. The very nice woman, 45 years plus. We were supposed to go roller skating today around 2 p.m. She's never been she says she hasn't been roller skating since the 80s. And she said she wasn't that good then. Me, I'm a professional roller skater. I used to go roller skating back in Elizabeth, New Jersey, back in the 70s. We were almost there. I'm not going to say her name, just in case she's watching. I don't put females' names out there that I'm, out and about with. But her whole-ass son, 22 years of age, he was in the background as her and I were talking, and he said, if you fall, you should sue him. And she kind of snickered. She didn't laugh, but then he said it again, like on some sucker shit. And I said, what the fuck? Now, for those who know me, I'm just, I cut the short shit short. What's that term? I'm a commitment phobe. Is that the right word? A commitment phobe? Phobiac or some shit? Rob Lowe, I see you, sir. He said, exactly. Okay, I'll come back to that. Give me a second. And I said, that's already got me in a weird fucking place. For him to even say some shit like that, number one, twice, and for her not to check him. I know that's your son, that's your baby, but why didn't she say, hey, excuse me, I'm on the phone. Troll babies, what did I do? You know me better than anybody else. What did I do? I said, hey, let me call you right back. Blocked her. I blocked her. I blocked her, and then I went to the Kennesaw Mall. Ain't nobody got time for that. If there's a female in the Atlanta, GA area who likes to go either roller skating or ice skating or bowling during the week in the daytime, holler at your boy. No drama, man, it almost fucked my day up. Anyway, all right, give me a second, guys. Let's get the show started. I'm not sure if Rugarani is calling in. She's moving, shaking, and popping. Okay, Mike, according to hip hop, how are you, man? He says, I'm going to see. Let me just say, enjoy your night. Enjoy your night. Hang on, guys. No worries. Okay, he can't call in. No worries. Okay. I spoke to Dana earlier. I'm not going to, put that showrunner topic on Dana because, she doesn't want to always have to talk about watching gay male porn, but I did reach out to her, okay? Who's calling in from area code 410? Wednesday evening, are you there? 410. Akon, is he talking reckless again?
Yo, this is Obi. What's going on?
How are you, sir? Thank you for checking in. Are you up to speed on the trending
Uh,
topic, Akon?
I was born and raised in New York. My
Okay.
parents are Nigerian.
Okay.
I like Akon. I like Akon.
Mhm.
I do. But he's been exposing himself big time since that Vlad interview. I just want people to know that, as a Nigerian, I don't support Akon's mindset. He's a capitalist, but I don't really support where he's coming from. Like, what do you mean rich people have more problems than poor people?
Yeah.
A poor person would trade with a rich person's problems in a heartbeat. Are you kidding me, sir? Like, I don't know. Ever since Akon's building his new city, working with the Chinese, his whole mindset has just been very awkward. And believe it or not, there's a lot of what we call it Afrobeat artists. A lot of them don't even agree with him. They don't agree with his mindset. He has a very weird capitalistic mindset. I knew something was up when he started to do the remix to Locked Up with 6ix9ine.
6ix9ine, yeah.
That's when I knew something is up with him. Something is up with him.
Now, hang on a second. Were you born in Nigeria or were you born here in America?
My parents were born there. I was born in New York.
Okay.
I was born in New York.
Okay. Now, hang on a second. With all due respect, Akon is a very successful artist. He keeps it very real. He's true to his origins and his lineage, and we here in America are sometimes under the delusion, I say again, the delusion of tribalism. Most places in Africa, it's based upon class, not, the whole you're black, I'm black, we're brothers. You do know that, yes? Africa's a continent.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. In our culture, of course, there's multiple tribes. People think that it's just the Igbos and the Yorubas. No, there's like 100 tribes in Nigeria, and in all parts of Africa. You're gonna have different tribes and class, like the Hutus and the Tutsis in Uganda and stuff like that. And Akon's from Senegal, and he has a different way of looking at life. He has multiple wives, and I'm not hating on him. I respect him as a businessman, but now that he's building his own city, and now that he's going on Vlad talking crazy, I'm starting to see why a lot of people don't F with Africans. I understand.
Well, hang on a second, sir. Might you be a more westernized Nigerian American, and you are now somewhat of a player hater? Are you yourself successful? Do you come from a successful Nigerian family, respectfully?
I could say I come from a respectful family. My mom's a nurse. My dad is an accountant. We could definitely middle class. It's not hating. It's just when you're noticing a behavior from someone who was born in dirt or in a hut, and you're now seeing that, okay, so this is what it means when you're a capitalist. Well, not all capitalists act like that, but this is what it means. You start
I do.
Different mindset of things.
Listen, with all due respect, sometimes people say, yo, Star, I'm trying to eat like you. You know what I say? My stock answer? Who the fuck says you're qualified to eat like me? I don't owe you shit.
I mean, yeah. Not everybody's gonna make it. Not everybody's gonna be qualified to be in the same level as you.
Pull yourself up by your bootstraps if you can. Don't blame me. Blame your mammy and pappy. Now, hang on a second. Okay, so you were born here in America. So now Akon, again, is successful. Yes, he's got that Akon city. I forget where the hell that's at. I guess back in Senegal somewhere. So do you think his statement is a slap in the face of, I don't want to say black people, because there's so many different mixtures of people that make up black, and some would say There is no such thing as black, you know. Do you think he's just speaking from a high-level business position, and some of the black people have got it fucked up? Can you answer that?
I think he's a coon. This is the same Akon. I think this is the same Akon. Remember, this is the same Akon that said black people need to get over slavery.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man. You as an African born in America, how dare you say some shit like that? Like, come on. You don't just out of nowhere tell people, oh, you black people, y'all need to get over slavery. That's the reason why y'all mindset is so low, and this is why you're not at my level. How can you say shit like that?
Got you. Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Hey, I appreciate the call, man. Real quick before you go, you sound like a knowledgeable young man. Does a gay experience mean you're gay? Any knowledge, any thoughts on that question?
Does a gay experience mean that you're gay? Nigga, if you've been thinking about sucking dick, you're gay. I hate when niggas be like, oh, I was just a moment.
Right,
no,
right.
if you even think about it.
Can you not be too explicit with the language, please? I know what you're saying. So
I'm just saying, I hate when people say, oh, I'm straight, but I do gay porn. No, nigga, cut it out. Cut it out, sir.
Hey, man.
Please.
Thank you for your call. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Okay, all right. I was almost doing business with an African from, God, where was that guy from last year? Birmingham, England. He got weird on me. And I said, what did am I too confident of a man? Am I too sure of myself? I mean, I didn't bark on him and say anything disrespectful. I was, it didn't go anywhere. Anyway, the point is, I respect how some Africans move here in the States. Now, again, Africa is a continent, but the ones that I have encountered, and yes, I have said, what do I always say? I've never met an African with good intentions. I stand on that. But I respect how some of them move. Shrewd businessmen. I think is that Dana with the smoke? Dana, is that you, 973? Good evening, Dana.
Hey, can you hear me?
Dana, thank you for checking in. I didn't want to pressure you with this showrunner topic. I know you're tired of talking about you either used to or still do watch gay black male porn, but the showrunner, is that what you're calling about, that or the Akon topic?
Yeah, I'm calling about both.
Okay.
I'm calling about both, and it's like, yeah, I mean that's old news. Okay, I watch gay porn, but there's a lot of people out here walking around claiming they're completely heterosexuals and they're watching gay porn too. But the question was, are you gay if you act?
Does a gay experience mean you're gay? Does a gay experience mean you're gay? Come on.
It does. And it's a difference between men and women. So if it's men on men, yes, because it's more like something is being put in you. But if it's women on women, that's a maybe. So some women do say they're gay or they're lesbians, and especially the society now is so gender fluid. It's like the norm. Okay. But it is for me, it is a difference if two women are experiencing with each other as opposed to two men, because that is just more intense when we're talking about men. And then also you got to bring it to the fact that especially if they were in prison, men, heterosexual men who are living double lives, and men who do enjoy transgender women. So to me, if they have not had the full operation, you're gay. That heterosexual man.
If I can jump in for a second, Dana, I think that whole getting the operation thing is old now. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Now we've got so many trans women and tranny, or whatever the proper term is, tran porn, she-male porn, people, from what I'm gathering, getting your tool chopped off is not the wave anymore. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. It's not, because they don't have to, because they're being accepted with it on. The men want them to have that, so they do get the operation. They just going to be like every other woman. So that's what makes a transgender woman different, because of what's between her legs, But the thing is, see, this is what I'm saying. If
12 inches fully functional. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was saying that this is what I mean by the gay experience make you gay, because more so with men on men, it's because when they experience it, it's in the dark. It's a secret. So whenever you do something and it's a secret that you don't want to tell anybody, because deep down that's what you really like. That's who you really are.
Okay.
So, yes, that you're gay. You're gay.
Okay. Akon, Dana, has come out and said during his TMZ interview regarding his now deceased friend Michael K. Williams, the rich and famous go through more issues than the poor. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, that was inappropriate and insensitive and completely inaccurate, because when you look at what happened when we was on lockdown during quarantine, who got hit the worst? Regular people and poor people with unemployment. A lot of people, middle class people, lost their businesses. But people like Akon and higher, they got wealthier. So what problems how are your problems worse than mine as a regular person? Yes, you could get depressed like we all get depressed. You could have sickness and stuff like that. So you're a human being, so you're going to have human being experiences. But when you are wealthy and when you have money, you have more resources and you have more access. So that was very ignorant and insensitive for him to make that statement.
To be objective, if I can jump in, Dana, there's different types of issues and problems. And what you referenced with respect to the pandemic, and even though I am a non-believer in the theory of God, you're talking about what some would consider to be an act of God, the pandemic. But on a day-to-day basis, people like Akon or whoever he was referencing, the rich, they have to deal with the weight of the world or the weight of their family. People who may just be sucking up valuable air, those who are a burden to society, those who cannot pull themselves together, those who should not be procreating, and then their problems become your problems.
No, not in his case, because with that, you're talking about you chose to achieve that high status. That was a choice. You choose to be wealthy. Some people are born into it, and you have to maintain it. Now, when you're talking about, people sucking the life out of you, whether it's family members or just general society, when you
bum ass niggas.
So in Amazon, who are his workers? So those same people who you're just referencing work for these wealthy people. Okay. They are the essential workers. So you need us to make you money, to keep making you wealthy. Okay. So how dare you say that you have the same problems, if not worse than me? Got you.
Okay. I think you've spoken your piece. I thank you for calling in. Anything else you want to mention or promote with regards to your platform?
Yes. So me and the judge will be back doing Man Up tomorrow, Thursday, 10 p.m.
Judge Joe Brown. Say his name, Dana. Judge Joe Brown.
Yes, Judge Joe. Because I'm so used to seeing the judge, but yes, Judge Joe Brown. Yes. And we just did a new show. We have a Formula One podcast that I just uploaded on Tuesday as well. So that's going to be weekly too. Nice. So So yeah. So subscribe to The Real Dana on YouTube.
Dana, you and I spoke last time about you going to meet the judge. Are you going to make that happen? I said I would help you out, get you down there for business purposes.
Yes. I'm actually going to go in October, and I already spoke to him about it, so he knows I'm coming.
Okay.
And trust me, I will be calling you saying, "Where's my plane ticket money?" I didn't forget.
Okay. Good to hear from you, Dana. Have a great evening. Thank you.
You too. Bye.
Okay. All right, Dana with the smoke on the check-in. All right. Folks on the screen, www.herbandstone.shop. I have been using their immune system. Some of the things that they sent me in the box, it's over there. I put it in my strainer, and I was drinking it this morning. Then I took a shot of Pharmasus 300. I feel great, okay? But check them out, please. www.herbandstone.shop. Also, let me put my PayPal information on the screen because a couple of people are saying, hey, I don't have Cash App. If you want to support the show, there's my PayPal information, okay? StarboyRadio@gmail.com. Did I spell it right? Starboy Radio. Yeah, I did. Okay. All right, let me go back to Cash App. Hey, Dottie, I got your donation. Thank you for checking in. Rory needs to call in about bussy activity. Okay. Blade on the check-in. Damn Star is quick to curb a bitch. She's a nice woman. I'm not going to say anything slick or sideways, and I certainly don't mention females' names that I go out and about with, but I didn't like that. I didn't like that. Her son, if you fall, you should sue him. The fuck? Thank you for your donation, Blade. Ryan, I got your donation. Thank you, Ryan. I think you sent a super chat. Give me a second, Ryan. I'll get to it. Morehouse Entertainment. Thank you. Dana is strange. Help her, Jesus. Hashtag run judge. Run honey. Okay. Luis, I got your donation. A mouth is a mouth in the dark. Number 9. No, the way he says that quote is when the lights go out, a mouth is just a mouth. Thank you, Luis, for your donation. Dottie sends another donation. Okay, thank you. Tara says, I used to skate at Empire Skate Rink in Brooklyn. Oh, okay. Wow, that was back in the days. Didn't they close that down? I used to go up in there drinking, knocking people over. That was back in the 90s. Thank you for your donation, Tara. Azura Black, I got your donation. Elvis the Chef Rosenberg, thank you for your support, sir. Jason says, wanting a gay experience is gay. So, yes. Okay, well, now, what about if you find yourself in a gay experience? I have never found myself, nor have I ever had a gay experience. Not interested. But some people, by way of today's standards, shall we say, they think that licking a hole and sucking a pole is the same thing. Let me say that again. Some people, by way of today's standards, think that licking a hole and sucking a pole is the same thing. And Wicked Hebrew, I got your donation. It's not gay if it's a Britney Spears lookalike. Thank you for your donation. Let's go to area code 201. Wednesday evening, Akon, is he talking reckless? Or are you up to speed? Area code 201.
Well, I didn't read the story. I'm now getting up on it just by listening to you. His grand finale was good with you.
Hey, what's up, man? Good to hear from you. Hey, you really connected with people last time you called in about the, what was it, Afghanistan? What were we talking about? I forget. No.
Yeah, we chopped it up about Afghanistan. We talked about COVID.
COVID. A lot of people say, yeah. They say, yeah, grand finale knows his shit. How are you, man? Good to hear from you.
I'm good, but they might hate me after this one, but it is what it is.
Let's go.
So I'm gonna take the opposite side of the argument. I'm gonna have an objective perspective. I think there's some truth to what he's saying. I mean, when you really think about it,
Akon.
Let's be honest.
Akon.
Akon, right. Myself included. A large majority of everybody within the sound of my voice has been what? We've been raised to see through the eyes of the poor.
Okay.
We've always been raised to believe that we're down here and the rich people are up there. We've been taught to vilify and demonize the rich because they have more than us and we're poor. And then you also have to take into account our public education system. I am not a fan of public education. Public education needs to be abolished for the simple fact that it allows kids to be indoctrinated at a very young age. We can see this right now with the mask mandates and the critical race theory and so on. And this country has spent billions of dollars, and we rank on the lowest of at the bottom of the scale in terms of education from a global perspective.
That's a fact.
It should be it should be a free market in education. They've already proved that you can damn near get a free education if you go to things like Khan's Academy online, which will probably teach you a whole lot better than these public education that we have here in America. But yes, so, when you're talking about wealth, right? Yeah, you can attain wealth, but the trick is, can you keep it? Can you maintain that wealth? Right? You can get it, but you got to keep it. You have to worry about the death tax, right? If you've amassed a certain amount of wealth and you now want to pass it on to your kids, the jealous people who do not feel that you are entitled to give or bestow that wealth onto your kids feel that they should take all of it or bestow a tax upon you. And the only way you can pay that tax is to damn near sell the business. So you can't make it a part of the generational wealth within your family. Right. So you have to worry about the taxes. You have to worry about, continuing to make investments to keep that wealth coming in as long as you're alive so that you can grow your business and provide opportunities. Dana had made a point about how, the workers are making you wealthy, right? But you have to remember that without that wealthy person, those people don't have opportunities. The middle
bingo. If I can jump in, and if I can just champion what you've just said. To a large degree, I agree with you. When I started going to private schools in the 70s, my first private school was Wardlaw. And that's where I learned about David Sarnoff. And I said, man, I have to become, a businessman. And then I went home and talked to my mother. And my father had his construction business at the time, not to be confused with a demolition grunt. And it stuck into my mind. Hey, I've got to really do the damn thing. And when I hit high school, I said, I got to get out of Scotch Plains. I don't want to work at the fucking post office. Or I don't want to, go work up at Blue Star Shopping Center. I got to go to New York. I got to get a piece
of where the paper is.
I got to get a piece of the fucking apple. Okay. I just want to champion what you were saying. Go ahead.
Right. I mean, yeah, pardon me if I've said this before, but, when you're a kid, your parents don't ask you, what businesses do you want to run when you get older? What type of entrepreneur do you think you'll be? What do they ask you when you're a kid? What do you want to be? And you say, what? I want to be a cop. I want to be a doctor. I want to be a lawyer or a fireman. You want to be a worker, right? And that is part of the psychological or the psychological impact that you have on your children, because you're teaching them that already from the beginning, they should not even think about being bosses, or they should not think about amassing wealth. But going back to the other point I was trying to make, the middle class and the poor do not get out of bed in the morning and say, you know what, I'm going to hire somebody today.
Right.
That's usually someone who's created wealth that provides those opportunities.
Facts.
And as long as he is allowed to keep what he earns, because again, in this country, people believe you're not supposed to keep what you earn, that you are obligated
Right.
to give up the money that you make in the form of taxes, right? And so now people are like, well, you know, if I say, hey, you know, I don't want to pay taxes, then people are, you know, they're quick to jump down your throat and be like, what do you mean you don't want to pay taxes? How are we going to get roads? How are we going to get bridges and all this other shit? But they also don't know that when the income tax was first introduced in 1913, it was only supposed to be for the wealthy. Only rich people were supposed to pay income taxes, and now every person with a job pays income taxes.
Yeah. Meanwhile, you have all these churches and religious organizations that strive to make money by way of the religious organizations, and they become greedy and they mix the establishment clause, which is supposed to be the separation of church and state, and they want everybody to just accept. You know, religious, and I don't want to be disrespectful to religion, but, you know, they want everybody to accept the fact that they should be wealthy because the religious doctrines say so. Go ahead, sir. I just want to add that. Go ahead.
Right. So yeah, that's pretty much my take on what Akon is saying, that, you know, yeah, it's quick to be on the poor bandwagon and, oh, you know, they have more access to resources and, you know, who was impacted most by COVID and so on. But we also have to remember that we have PPP loans. We have child care tax credits. We've got additional UBI unemployment insurance, which is the reason why I'm at Chick-fil-A today, and there's a bunch of for hire signs. And then I look over at On the Border, they're hiring too. Why can't these jobs be filled? Because government thinks that they can substitute the missing income that people experience from the government's overreaction to COVID by just giving them money, but they can't understand why the unemployment rate is so high. They can't understand that their own welfare system is contributing to people not going to work.
Great point.
So I'll leave it at that, man. I don't want to, because I could go on and on for days about this, but I don't want to do
well,
that.
Hang on, grand finale. Before you go, you are a knowledgeable man. The showrunner, you want to take a stab at that? Does a gay experience mean you're gay?
Well, I'm going to piggyback off of what you said, right? You know, as a child and all that, you know, if you've experienced, you know, any type of abuse or things that are kind of, you know, beyond your control, in that instance, no. When you are of age, when you can make an adult decision as to whether you would like to, you know, engage in fellatio of this thing, you know, and you're a man and all that, well, then I pretty much have to lean toward, that is going to make you gay.
Okay.
And because you're making a voluntary decision to do something.
Yeah.
So
a willing participant.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Hey, man, thank you for your support as always. Have a great evening.
Oh, yo, I just want to say one more thing. All the troll babies in the chat, I need you to go to my channel.
Please.
Grand finale. I need you to take a steaming hot diarrhea shit on all the videos in the comments. Don't even listen to the videos. Just, you know, go to the comments. Give me thumbs downs on all the videos there, and I'll greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Have a great evening. Thank you, grand finale.
All right, man. Peace.
Yes, sir. Take care. All right, grand finale. Dropping knowledge as always. I appreciate his support. Okay, Mike from According to Hip Hop will not be calling in. Okay. Hold on a second. I had some other sponsors I wanted to put on the screen. There you go. Dub. primandsaucyboutique.com. Please go there. I say again, primandsaucyboutique.com. And I think I was sent some information. Hold on a second, guys. Okay. Tamika is her name from primandsaucyboutique.com. Our mission is to promote positivity and self-love through fun fashion. If you're looking to continuously build self-esteem and motivate the girls most dear to you, then you've come to the right place. Pardon me, okay? And they do birthday party ideas, accessories. There's a lot here. Okay. I'm going to post this in my community section, but please check them out on the screen right there, okay? And also, okay, this is the homie Fred, the barbershopconversations.com/9wives. This is a film he put out, and the NOI, the Nation of Islam, is on his head. I don't know whether he's got drama issues, but please go there, and you can also go into my community section and see a snippet of the film. He's talking reckless about the messenger, who I do support, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, but that man Spence Skrilla, okay? www.thebarbershopconversations.com/wives. Okay, let me get back to the showrunner. I'm coming to take some calls here. Okay, I don't think Florida Boy Jay's calling in. Lee's Auto, I got your donation. Okay, he's talking about bring Blanca to Lee's Auto. We got better prices, too. With all due respect, sir, I'm not even trying to stunt. Some of those high-end Benz cars, I got a V12. It's a CL600. You have to take it to a Benz dealer or a foreign car specialist. Is that what you guys do? Because it's got all those fucking sensors and the relays and, I can't take that chance, But thank you for your donation. Hey, Tara. Okay, she's talking about Empire Roller Skating Rink. It's closed. The Feds was always there in the 90s. That's a fact. Dion, I got your donation. Thank you, Dion. Okay, and Lee, okay, you're talking about a certain type of breeding ground. Thank you, Lee's Auto. I'm not going to say that on the show, but thank you, sir, for your donation, okay? True End Living. Okay. The lawsuit that was filed against Africa Bambaataa, it just says John Doe for now. I don't want to speculate. I have my thoughts, and again, 2 months ago I caught wind of that, but I wasn't sure. Not that I'm trying to take any credit, but you can still go into my my community section and download the actual the lawsuits right there. Okay, thank you for your donation. Roger that, 215. Salutes to the Pioneer Star, one of the wisest out there. Respect from Dykeman, my Higa salutes. Okay. Dykeman up there in uptown Manhattan. Okay. Fly nigga headset. Homosexuality is not a new thing. Access? That doesn't make sense. Ronnie explained about the African tribe that's Bussy, and it's called Greek for a reason. I think they were from Papua New Guinea you're talking about, that tribe? Hold on a second. Just to be precise. Okay, Yeah, that's Papua New Guinea, sir. And that is the Etoro people. Etoro people. And the Sambia people. I should put this in the actually, you know what? We've done it before, but thank you for your donation. Confused Focus, I got your donation. The Bible says gay sex is an abomination, but anything with a woman is good. So if one gets pegged by his girlfriend, does it make him gay? That's a good question. Troll babies, what do you think? If a man or male, not every male is a man, allows himself to be inserted by his wife or girlfriend, does that make him gay? Accelero, am I saying your name right? Accelero, thank you for your donation. G Nukes Chinchilla out now. Okay, thank you for your support, sir. Let me ask that question again. If a guy gets pegged by his girlfriend, does that make him gay? A couple of years ago, that was a thing, wasn't it? Troll babies, guys were on the gram and the girls were pegging them. Niggas looking at the camera, just like this, as they're getting pegged. I said, what the fuck? Blade, I got your donation. Star still encouraging Dana to meet the judge. Star still pimping. Pay attention. Sir, pimping is not something you can turn off, you know. Pimps are born, not made, sir. There's no such thing, you've heard me say this before, as a former pimp. But thank you for your donation. Let's go to area code. Okay, I don't see Florida Boy J, but I'm going to try area code 708. Good evening, 708, Wednesday night. Talking about Akon. Are you there?
Yo.
Yes, sir.
Yo, what's going on, man? Long time. What's happening?
Your phone sounds a little crazy, sir. Can you make some adjustments so we can hear you?
Now, sir.
It's a little better. Talking about Akon says the rich and famous have more issues. What say you?
That's bull. I mean, the issues that they have is only issues that they create. I mean, you do what you do to get that money. Why do you have issues? Obviously, it was more issues there before it anyway. You just tried to mask it up with the money.
Okay. Did you see Akon say this? The story is coming from TMZ. It's on camera saying, did you see it?
No, I haven't seen it yet. I'm actually getting caught up on it, just listening.
Okay. Well, thank you for the call, man. Thank you. Okay. Thank you for listening. Okay, I'm looking for, I'm not sure if this number is the one from earlier. Good evening, 678. Are you there? 678. Wednesday night. Are you joining the conversation? 678. Akon said he not moving.
Hello.
Hi, good evening. How are you?
Hi, Star.
Hey, who's this?
This is Andrea. I'm from Georgia.
Hey.
I'm in Atlanta, actually.
How are you?
I'm great. Doing well. How are you, sir?
Good. We're talking about a few things. Akon, did you see his interview? It's the trending topic right now. Or does a gay experience mean you're gay? What do you want to chime in?
Okay. I heard about Akon. I didn't read or see anything. But back to Dana. I'm sorry. She's a carpet muncher.
Oh, Jesus. Now, hang on. Dana's not
Yes.
she's not on the line. I don't like to do that. I mean, if she wants to call in, that's one thing. But I don't want to, just attack somebody who was kind enough to call in and help
disrespect. Me. But I really disagree with that. If you are under the influence, if you have those tendencies, you're going to do it. You have self-control. You're an adult. So if you're watching gay porn, you're gay.
Well, now, to be fair, Dana has said she watches gay male porn, not females, gay male porn.
No, I'm sorry. You rather, no. you're gay. Either or. I'm a straight female, and I don't have those tendencies. I'm not going to watch any gay porn, female, male, pigs, horses, dogs, nothing.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
So with that, I really truly disagree. She's a flip flopper. Sometimes
Can we not make it about Dana again? Are you a God fearing woman? Where do your beliefs or your system of living, where does it come from?
Oh, my beliefs? Well, I do not believe in God.
Okay.
I am God. I make my own money. I take care of my kids.
Okay.
I work at a bank. I get up every morning. I drive a Benz. I live in a house. I pay income. I pay taxes. So,
Nice.
no, I am God. I make it work. I make my living.
Okay.
And at the end of the day, if it doesn't work, I'll sell anything to make my income.
Anything?
Not my ass, but I'll sell lemonade stand. I'll go to a lemonade stand and sell whatever needed to sell. But no, I retract my statement, sir. But no, I make it work every day. Every day. Everybody has a choice.
Do you have a PhD?
Yeah.
Do you have a PhD?
Actually, I went to LSU. I did communications. I ran track. And actually, I'm supposed to be going back to school for dentistry. That's my next occupation. But right now, I'm in banking.
Okay. No, because someone sent me a text message that said, is that the one who has the PhD?
Oh, no, sir. No.
Okay.
No.
Hey, so
there's too much money, too much time.
Yeah. Hey, so are you up to speed on what Akon said with regards to the rich having more issues, than poor people?
I'm really not familiar, but my saying on that is it doesn't matter. Rich, poor, you're still going to have fucking issues. I mean, of course, the more money you make, the more issues you're going to have, but it's all what you make it. You have to actually. I have a board on the wall, and I put all my sayings, what I'm going to do for the week, and I make it to fruition. It's all in the mind.
So you would agree with Akon then, for the most part?
Well, I believe in capitalism also, but it is what you make it. That's
Gotcha.
all I'm going to say.
Gotcha.
So you can hate it or love it, and I love you, Star.
Thank you, darling.
I'll call you next week. Maybe we can go on lunch on me.
Okay. Can you roller skate?
I can roller skate backwards and do a split, sir.
Well, girl, holla. My email address is on the screen. Let's talk about this.
All right, I'm 33. Hit me up. I'll hit you up.
Nice. Thank you for calling in.
Good night.
Oh, take care. All right. Okay. If you're just now joining the show, folks, I don't name names of females that I hang out with, but I had a situation today, and I had to, as you guys say, ghost a female. I thought we were going roller skating. Her son said something crazy about if she falls, she should sue me. Big Elvis the Chef, I see you, sir. Are you calling in? Are you on the line? Got your donation. Thank you so much. I want to make sure I put some special attention on your Skrilla, sir. Okay, someone sent me an email saying Akon's city is not moving along, according to CoinMarketCap.com. Let me put this in the live chat for the troll babies. See if they can verify this, confirm. Troll babies, I just put it in there. Remember Akon? Oh, wait a minute. Dana with the smoke, you're back. Dana with the smoke. Yeah, she hung up, Dana.
Hi.
Hey.
Oh, hello?
Yeah, she hung up.
Oh, she hung up. Yeah, you know what? She outed me. I'm gay. You right. I'm a carbon muncher. Yeah, I flip flop. She sounds like she's a PhD, honey, and I don't even get down with Kevin Samuels, but she's a PhD.
Okay. Well, thank you for calling.
But you're right.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, but she's right. You know, she know everything. You're right. I'm a carpet muncher, honey. Yeah. Thank you.
Well, listen. As you know, I'm not going to let somebody just call in and take shots at you, so that's why I cut that short. And I just, I wanted to see if there's anything you wanted to respond to. But thank you for calling back.
All right. Bye.
Take care. Bye. All right. Dana, always ready with the smoke. That's what I love about Dana. Dana don't give a fuck. Okay. CoinMarketCap.com. Troll babies. Anybody read this yet? Akon City was built as a next-generation metropolis that would deliver a much-needed boost to Senegal's economy when it was unveiled with much fanfare in 2018. It was the brainchild of Akon, the Senegalese-American singer. But a year on, it seems that little progress has been made when it comes to making Akon City a reality. Okay. And then it talks about the beginning of disappointment. Okay, the coronavirus pandemic may have had a factor in why such little progress has been made. Ambitious targets had been set for the project. Okay. And the project had a proposed budget of $6 billion. All right, so is it over, or, this article doesn't say that it's over, but thank you for the article. Who sent me this? Kevin, thank you so much. Salute to you, sir. Thank you, Tara, Elvis, the chef, Jason. Hold on, guys. Wicked Hebrew. Okay, guys, in my community section, I don't have time to do it right now, but there's a missing female from Lithia Springs, Georgia. I don't want to try and do too much right now, but right after this show, I'm going to post this in the community section if anyone has seen her. I don't want to do it right now because I'll mess something up. Well, matter of fact, let me try. Hold on. Let me try. Community section. Okay. Pow, we just posted it, and I will name it later on. Okay? Also, guys, in my community section, please take note that Jessica Reed has released her book. I posted that yesterday, and it's called No Longer Silenced. Jessica Nicole Reed, that's the young lady who I interviewed back in 2018 with regards to Leonard McKelvey, a.k.a. Charlemagne the God, and her claims that he raped her back in 2001. She is still sticking to her story, and she finished her book. Good for her. Good for Jessica. New documentary is being worked on, and let me see. I should have some other links in there. I have to scroll down, but I can't do it right now. But please know that that's who that book belongs to. And where's Maine the Milkman? I sent Maine a text. Man, you're calling in. Okay, he didn't respond yet. Let me go back to Cash App and PayPal. Michael, I got your donation. Thank you so much. Photo Booth Startup. Thank you so much. Photo Booth Startup. I got your donation. Morehouse Entertainment. Let's go caller. She was right. Okay, which one, sir? The female? You mean who was talking about Dana was a seafood platter eater? Okay. Hold on, let me close this out. Got too much going on here. Area code 608. Are you there? 608 Wednesday night?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing, Star?
Good, man. Talking about Akon. Is he talking reckless or is he making sense? Can we start there?
He makes sense. He makes sense to me. I think personally, I've been to third world countries. They generally seem to be overall more happier than rich people, because I feel like they have less issues. It's just from the American perspective, everyone wants to. I feel like when an American hears that statement, they want to feel like, no, I have more issues. Everyone wants to be a victim. But from a global standpoint, the third world countries where I've seen poverty and people with who have less, they seem to be generally more happy because they don't know what they're missing out on. Like when it comes to certain shit that wealthy people get to experience.
If I can just jump in for a second, the newer term is developing nations. Third world countries.
Developing nations.
Yeah, that's like slander now if you say that.
Yeah, only here do we gotta switch up the vernacular every couple of years.
You're right. And if you say something,
they could care less.
Some old terminology, then it's we're gonna cancel you. But okay, you were saying, go ahead.
But yeah, I think that wealthier people do have more issues. They have more to worry about. I mean, that's just how I view things.
Okay.
And I take his word for it because if I'm not mistaken, he wasn't born into wealth, so he would know. He has both perspectives.
Okay. Can I ask you about the showrunner, sir? Any knowledge there? Any thoughts? Does a gay experience mean you're gay?
It definitely does.
Okay. How so?
I mean, that's I think the answer's in the sentence. I mean, if it's a gay experience, then you're fucking. I mean, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to curse. You're gay. Like, there's not much to unwrap there. Like, there's not much to decode. I mean, if you choose to partake in that, I mean.
With all due respect, would you know from experience? I wouldn't know personally. I have no interest in that type of activity. I wouldn't know. I can give my opinion, but it wouldn't be, factual based.
I mean, touche. I wouldn't know either.
Okay.
I called about the Akon situation because I feel like I had more of a perspective on. I can't really speak on what the showrunner is.
Okay.
But can I ask you what made you make that the showrunner?
I had a conversation with an associate, not a friend, a couple of weeks ago. He reached out. I was in no rush, to respond to him because, he spent over 15 years in the penitentiary. I don't send niggas packages and money, but I responded because I knew him from once upon a time. And I asked him sir, it's a lot of noise in the background, please, a lot of noise in the background. I asked him the question, did he ever smash, a young guy when he was locked down, and couldn't get a hold of a female? And I asked him to keep it real. So we laughed, and then I said, let me bring this to the microphone without saying his name. You feel me?
Yeah. Did the son who suggested the female sue you, did he say that to you?
No, he said it to his mother. He was in the background. He said it
and
loud.
She told you.
Well, no, I heard him.
Oh,
no,
okay.
I heard him.
Oh, okay.
He said it as if, yeah, you should sue him if you fall. He said it twice,
Yeah. Oh,
anyway.
no, you gotta go ghost mode on that.
Yeah. Listen, man, I gotta go. Thank you for your call, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah, too much noise in the background. Anybody who's been in the penitentiary a decade or more, want to call in, keep it real? Rob Lowe, you sent in another super chat. He says, Star, since you didn't read my last one, I'll re-up. Zach Lee, explain how you got to this place of rainbows and guns. Zach Lee in the live chat? Okay, I'm not sure. Thank you for your donation. Hold on a second, guys. R. Ramon got your donation. Star, did you hear about the Bronx man fatally stabbed during a fight with his cousin? Reminded me of your brother and his Wang Yu kicks. No, I didn't hear about that, but I saw a report. If someone can please correct me on this. Does the Bronx now have the highest murder rate in the New York tri-state area? I caught that little tidbit this morning. Who sent me that email? Was it Desmond Fox? Then I saw a really sad story about some fucking animal who allegedly raped a 70-year-old woman in a stairwell. You know, that sort of news, or if it's propaganda, is going to help, in my opinion, it's going to help Curtis Sliwa become your mayor. Not that I give a fuck. I'm not a New York State resident. Any thoughts, troll babies? Is that report right about the Bronx having the highest murder rate now in the New York area? Area code 914. Who's on the line? You sent me a donation. Is that EUC Vibes 914? 914.
Yes. What's up, Star? How's
Hey,
it going?
how are you, sir? Thank you for your support. Where do you want to start?
And, I don't think the Bronx is that surprising. It's always one of the boroughs that's going to have the highest murder rate in New York. So it's usually I think it's usually Brooklyn, but I'm not surprised by the Bronx. Bronx is crazy.
Okay. Are you from the New York tri-state area?
Yeah, I'm from Yonkers.
Okay.
Kind of crazy too, but not like Bronx. You know what I'm saying?
You know, they're now calling Harlem South Yonkers since the Locks gave Dipset that work. Did you know that?
Ooh. That's crazy. I saw Jada Kiss the 2 days after that at a gas station, and I was like, yo, you killed it. You killed it at that birthday.
Yeah.
He was like, good looking out.
Yeah. Harlem is now
He
South.
was in Yonkers like 2 days
South
after.
Yonkers. Hey, I'm sorry. Okay, you saying? Go ahead.
Oh, no, it was just funny seeing him at a little gas station in Yonkers, and I saw him on Instagram on a private jet the day before. So he keeps it real. He's always in Yonkers.
Yeah.
Jada Kiss, yo.
Yeah. So, do you want to chime in on the Akon topic or the showrunner?
Man, Akon, you can send your PayPal right to starboyradio@gmail.com. Send all your fortune to him. Move back to Africa and go chill out and be happy. It's fine. Send your PayPal all your money to Star, all of your money. Don't leave a cent, though, or else you'll be unhappy. You got to give Star all your money and then go and chill.
But did you see him actually say this on TMZ? Because, you know, people are, I don't want to say upset, but there's somewhat of a backlash. Did you see him say it?
I didn't see that, but I saw that he did a song with 6ix9ine. That was sus. He was singing that he's so lonely when he should have had models at the time.
Yeah.
He was rich as hell. That was kind of sus. You know what I'm saying? So.
Well, the industry is fugazi, sir. I just saw something about Whack 100, a.k.a. Clayface, has got a whole bunch of millions lined up for Tekashi 6ix9ine. Did you see that? So I guess he's now.
I didn't see that.
He's in business with Tekashi. I'm not surprised. Not surprised.
It's like he lives to piss people off, that guy.
Yeah.
Like he wakes up in the morning, he's like, how could I piss off everybody?
Yeah.
Because he knows he's good, because he has back, so he's like, I can do whatever I want.
I'm not on Clubhouse. I don't know what he says to me. If somebody posts something on YouTube, I may or may not listen to it, but it just, you know. Is he still managing the game? Do you know? I don't know how that's going to work, him and Game and Tekashi. It's a little weird.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to manage the game at this point because the game can't make any money on paper because that girl that sued him is going to get all his money. She even went after his Cash App money. That was crazy.
She seized it by way of a Florida
But
judge.
that's just Cash App.
She took it. She took his 2 racks.
Oh.
The hater misses nothing. Hey, man, thank you for your support.
Yeah.
Anything you want to promote on the way out?
I want to do a quick freestyle for the chat babies.
Let's go.
I'll just read the chat and freestyle real quick. All right, cool. Let's see. What you guys talking shit? Oh, Zach Lee's in here. So, All right, 3 says walk 6'9". What does that mean? I don't know. He's probably drinking wine. I'm feeling fine. Message was subtracted. Damn, that's the first message I said, that bastard. It was a fake between them anyway. Hoover mode music. What is he talking about? I don't know. About to lose it. See a lot of rainbow emojis from can't wait. Exactly, work third shift. That's gay yoga. I don't know what he's talking about either. Whack 100 managing to 6'9". Is he really? I hope not, because 6'9" is a whole rat. Whack 100 is going to be caught somewhere in Cali. Be like, hold that. And he'll be like, no, I'm just managing the rat. He's a civilian. They're not trying to hear that right now because they're catching feelings. And then he's catching shells. Well, that's too much to tell because I'm not on that motherfucking chat. I don't like to go and run and tell all that shit. But he does.
All right, so I thank you. That was hot trash, but I thank you.
Oh.
Thank you for your support, man. Thank you.
That was fire, right?
Yeah.
Yo, Star, let me...
Thank you, man. Thank you. Jesus. Whew, shit. Couldn't wait to get him up out of there. Hold on a second, guys. I got a text from a family member during the show. Give me a second. Hey, I spoke to a white trash Helene today. Always good to talk to her. She's doing really, really well. Hold on, guys. And I spoke to one of my cousins. I'm not going to say his name. He just came out of the hospital. Heart surgery. Whew. Life is short. John B., I got your donation. Thank you. John B. says, Star, can a woman age 60 still be considered a thought? I would say so. I don't know if my opinion means anything to a person such as yourself, but I would say so. What is your definition of a thought? Once upon a time, you had sluts and you had whores. I think, if I'm not wrong, the manifestation of a slut has become a thought. Thoughts don't necessarily get paid. That was the difference once upon a time. A hoe got paid. A slut was just a slut, Somebody could slut her out. I don't get too graphic, but, just violate her, send her on her way. And then she comes back to you, broke, stinking, niggas skeeted all over her. Would that be the definition of a thought today, sir? I don't know. I've never really, cared for sluts or thoughts myself because I don't sling free dick. Never have. If we crossed paths, if I can ramble for a second, if we crossed paths during the 80s and we had a common interest of doing drugs together, then I would tolerate you doing whatever you did within the process of us doing drugs. When the 90s came rolling around and I left the coke alone, I had no use for a slut at all. So I hope that answers your question. Thank you for your support, okay? Hey, Tori, got your donation. Okay, Tori, that's a little vile, but I thank you for your donation. I don't own YouTube, sir, so there's certain things I just, I can't say. We can say nigga all day, a day. But some of those other words, it doesn't fly. Jamal, I got your donation. Thank you, sir. Okay. Back to the phones. Who's calling from area code 201? Good evening. Talking about Akon. His comments.
Hello?
Are you up to speed? Good evening. 201.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Good evening. You're on the line.
What? Oh, hello, Star. Good evening. How you doing?
I'm doing, sir. Talking about Akon. Would you care to join the conversation?
Yeah, so, can you hear me?
Let's get him the fuck out of here. I said hello, and then you put me on speakerphone. You were right there. Then you want to go back and yo. Come on, man. That's that old shit. Hold on a second. Okay, Anthony, got your donation. Curtis Leroy reported fake crimes when he was with the Guardian Angels in the 80s and 90s. He admitted it in the Post of all papers. How can you trust a man that would call in fake rape and say he stopped it? Well, I don't support him. Let's be clear. I'm not a New York State resident. I've never met him. I'm just, speculating, and I don't like to speculate, that based upon what could be propaganda, such as the Bronx has got the highest murder rate, that this may scare people into voting for him, if that makes sense. But thank you for your email. You sent it a donation. Hold on a second, Tony. Okay, thank you. I will put this in the live chat for the troll babies. I'm not supporting him. I don't give a goddamn either way. But thank you for your support, sir. You know who I'm going to send this to? Hold on a second. Hold on. Okay, John B. again, thank you for your donation. Hustle says, Star, could you please retract your copyright strikes you gave me this morning on YouTube? Please, it would be appreciated. It's called, okay, Hustle, if you got a YouTube strike, listen to me carefully. I appreciate your donation. I've seen your name before. I've been saying this over the years. I'm 57. I can't do it all. I'm very fortunate at this stage of my life to have younger people that assist me. Did you get a copyright strike from my name or a company? That's number one. Number two, I don't have time to look at other people's channels and give them copyright strikes. I'm not offended by anything. My live chat, it rips. If I don't feel some smoke and some fire in the live chat, I'm not doing my job. What did you do? Can you send me an email? Put it to attention, Amy. Don't put it attention to me. And she'll get back to you. Why did she give you a strike? Were you taking my videos? Were you trying to do, what do you call it, collages and shit and compilations? I don't do no shit like that, man. Send me an email. I can't guarantee you anything. I do know. Hold on a second. I do know that every 2 weeks she gets, or I get also, an email from the company, and it has a list of people that are using my video, images, or audio. Or if you have my name in the title, we can still give you a strike. Now, if you have gotten over a certain amount of views, she may charge you to retract the strike that I have no control over. If you violate it, my nigga, she may say, hey, send 200, 300. If you were doing some goofy shit, she might not retract the strike. But I'm very fortunate to have people who help me. I appreciate your donation again. But be honest. When you send her the email, please don't cap and say, yo, I didn't know. Nobody told me. We are beyond that point where everybody should know on YouTube, if you take somebody else's content, you're playing it's a risky game. Again, I thank you for your donation, but, it's not worth the risk. I'll just say that, okay? But thank you, man, for your support. That's amazing. I got your donation. The should be mutually beneficial. If you go too far, either way, you become a third world country, okay? Rich people don't pay taxes. By the way, Warren Buffett pays 1%. Okay, is that a two-part donation? Yes, it is. Okay, pardon me. He says, Star, I believe the Bronx for distraction. Listen, man, I don't like to talk about other people's channels unless it's business related. I don't like to take shots. You guys know this. That's something else with regards to the YouTube copyright strikes. I don't play that game. I don't respond to people's videos. If you got an issue with me, it's probably best you stay over there. I stay here. Again, I don't talk to the 85%, the deaf, the dumb, and the blind. I don't need 300,000 views per video. I don't need 1 million subscribers to be the impactful person that I am, respectfully. So I don't know where you're going with that. I wish everybody the best, but thank you for your donation, okay? A few more calls. We're doing good on the time here. Area code 646. Good evening. Wednesday, we're talking about Akon.
Yo, peace, Star. What's good? This is Eli Rock from Morehouse Entertainment.
Peace. How are you, man? I got your donation. What's cracking, sir?
Not much. I really called to amp the set with that woman that called in about Dana.
Dana's not on the line. She's not on the line.
I know. That was a long time ago when I called, so it was that moment had passed already by that point.
Okay. Do you want to take a shot at the showrunner? Does a gay experience mean you're gay?
Yeah. The short answer is yes, but long answer. Have you ever seen the movie Moonlight?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so that whole movie kind of proves that theory a little bit. Like, dude had that experience when he was a very young kid, and then he thought about it for the rest of his life to the point that he had to meet the guy as adults.
Yeah.
Just from something that happened as that was and yo, Star. The way I saw that movie was on a first date with this girl, and we both were watching it on some pro-black shit, man.
Oh shit.
We're thinking we're about to just support a black, film director and everything.
Right.
The black movie, all that, jiggy shit. But then we watched it, and then it got silent, and it was awkward after that.
Didn't that movie win awards? Hang on, stay with me.
Yes, over La La Land.
Stay with me.
And La La Land was a better movie.
Didn't it get an Oscar? Hold on.
Yes, they won an Oscar. They made a mistake and said La La Land won. Then they came back. It was like, no, the winner is Moonlight, and then everybody went crazy.
Right.
And it was a pro-black moment.
2016, written and directed by Barry Jenkins. Yeah,
right.
yeah. I watched it. It was kind of cringy. I was like, come on, this is a little weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was with kids. Like, come on, who wants to? Like, why are we watching that? Those was kids doing that. I don't think that was cool.
It's the Illuminati, man. They're out there. They're regulating.
Yeah, exactly.
But now, hang on a second. It was just a movie written from this guy's, I guess, position. I forget what he said about this film and why he wrote it, yada, yada, yada. But, okay, so again, the showrunner is not meant to be disrespectful. It's just a question.
Right.
So you're saying if you have a gay experience, you're gay.
Yeah, I would say yes, but like I guess when you look at the movie Moonlight, my whole thing was they were kids, so would you say they didn't know any better? I don't know.
When you say kids, they were young adults. I don't know what age they were. Weren't they like in high school or
Star, they were in elementary school showing each other's things. They were looking at each other's things in the classroom together.
Okay.
It started from that point in that movie.
Okay, now I remember
and
them,
then,
weren't they sitting on a lake or a beach and then they started kissing and
yeah,
something like
right.
that?
Yeah, I never took a girl out to the beach again after that.
and now hang on a second. So years later, he met that guy in a diner, and they were talking, and he said he hadn't been with anyone since that time, right? I mean, it really fucked him up.
It really messed him up, and what was funny about it was he was, at this point in his life, like a thug and a drug dealer.
Thugging it, yeah.
He was wearing the whole, he was wearing the do-rag, and he had the grills in his mouth and all of that.
Yeah.
And he had that deep within inside himself. That is, man, that is messed up, those movie directors. It's an agenda, for sure.
Well, now, hang on a second. Let's try to be objective. Is it messed up, or did he discover who he truly is, and we should just accept it. I mean, that's his choice. That's his choice.
Yeah, I guess.
Go ahead.
Right. That's art. That's his art.
Yeah.
But then of all the things, that could have won from us, it would be that.
Oh.
That's what wins the Oscar.
I'm not hating on the guy Barry Jenkins because if he is going to give more content or more art, as you just said, I'm sure he'll grow. And if that was his truth, salute to him. But I'll give you the last word. Go ahead.
Yeah. Just in the spirit of that, to answer that question, yes. But really, it was the Akon thing that I really just wanted to touch on.
Please.
Briefly.
Go ahead.
Basically, I agree with him because I listen to a lot of motivational speakers like Jim Rohn, for example, and he was basically saying like that poor people shouldn't say they have money problems because they don't have any money.
Okay.
And with that being said, I understand what Akon is saying. Like they have issues of things that poor people do not even have experience of.
Okay.
Because a poor person can become a rich person. So a rich person has that prior experience maybe.
Okay.
Even if they wasn't, they still have something that poor people will never have. They'll always be poor.
Okay.
And I hate to say it that way, but
Thank you for your support, man. Have a great evening. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Okay. All right. Jerome got your donation. Hold on a second. Does a gay experience make you gay? That's what Zach Lee asks every time he wakes up in bed with a man. Okay. Hold on, guys. Hold on a second. Somebody I was supposed to respond to, and I got twisted around here. Hey, here's something I do want to mention. I'm not sure if I want to make this a topic. We're coming up on the 2-hour mark, or maybe I'll extend the show. I'm not sure. Troll babies, did anybody see this story? A young female, black female, was shot 17 times by her boyfriend's side chick or other love interest. I first saw this video on WorldStar, and then it popped up on Vlad TV. Okay, there it is right now. Woman shares viral story about getting shot 17 times by her man's side chick. I'm not going to say her name, but it's on Vlad TV. And I watched it. I watched her explain what happened. Her man's side chick called her, barking on her. The guy falls asleep. The side chick gets in his truck, goes to his girl's house, starts busting on her. Shot her in the back, shot her in the legs. She's on the ground screaming 17 times. Anybody know what I'm talking about, or is this not of interest? Or is that regular shit? Now, she's alive. She walks with the stroller now, but man, that's 17 times. Okay. They're saying that's regular shit. Keep it moving. All right. Marshall, I got your donation. Thank you so much. James got your donation for the machine. Appreciate your content. Thank you, sir. Hey, Janet. Janet says the middle class has it worst. How so, Janet? Do you want to call in? How's it worst? And Janet, are you up to speed on this Curtis Sliwa information that Anthony sent me? Anthony, again, thank you. I'm no Curtis Sliwa supporter. I'm just I'm speculating that if this propaganda keeps going by way of these crimes, murders, and things like that in the New York Tri-State area, he may be a shoo-in for the next mayor. Area code 661. Good evening. Are you there? 661. Wednesday night.
Hey, Boss Hog.
Hey, how are you?
It's your boy Richard Millie.
Who?
I was Don't do me like that, Star. I was the one playing the guitar.
Okay, you called in earlier. Yeah, it's loud as hell in the background. Come on, man. Did you call in earlier?
Sorry, I was cooking something, but yeah, I did call earlier.
Okay,
How you
listen,
doing?
I'm working, man. We're not friends, with all due respect. You can't call me and do a whole bunch of extra shit. I got people watching, supporting. Are you getting to it? What are we doing?
So I can play the guitar. I can get on the topic. It's whatever you want to do, big homie.
All right, I tell you what. Turn down whatever you got in the background, whatever that is. Turn that down.
Okay.
That's first
All
and
right.
foremost.
I got my AirPods on. I'm finna turn it off right now, boss.
Yeah. Turn it off. Jesus Christ, man. Did you turn it off?
Can you hear me? Yes, sir.
Okay. Go ahead and play the guitar. And what do you want to play?
This is a song from, you should know this one. It's from Aaliyah. Shots fired.
Let's go. Now, Starv is mad. I
Let's go.
won't grant him an interview.
I'm sorry?
No, go ahead. Play.
Okay. Oh.
Can you turn whatever you've got in the background down? I'm trying to hear you, man, but you got some type of music or what is that in the background? Bleeding through.
That was me. I was playing the guitar.
No, something else is going on back there. Telemundo. What is that? Turn that down, man. It's bleeding through.
Okay. Is it better?
Yeah, go ahead. Finish playing. Go ahead. And you're gonna do the remix with Jay-Z or what are we doing?
No, that song was Let Me Know. Let Me Know by Aaliyah.
I know. Okay, go ahead. Continue, please.
Okay. Here's another one from Drake and Young Blue.
Go ahead.
Hold on.
Hey, homie. Can you hear me? Listen.
Yes, sir.
You got to tune that goddamn thing, man. I mean, I'm giving you some shine here.
Listen, Star.
No. Tune the damn thing. I'll wait for you. Can you tune it?
Man, you don't know nothing about guitar. Don't tell me what to do, boss.
All right, let's get him out of here, man. Start talking spicy, hoe-ass nigga. I don't know you like that. I don't give a fuck about you. Janet's on the line. Hold on a second. Janet, are you there? Area code 973 on a Wednesday. Hey, Janet. Janet? Yes, no, maybe? Janet, are you there? 973.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was on mute.
I was on mute. Hey, Janet. What's cracking, girl? Let's talk about it.
I'm laughing at the last caller.
Yeah,
that was funny.
I'm not his friend. Don't be calling here talking reckless, hoe-ass nigga. Get to it. Get the fuck off my line. I'm busy. What's cracking?
Oh, that was funny.
What's cracking?
No, I was calling about the middle class when I made that statement.
Okay.
I believe the middle class in America has it harder than anyone else, the rich and the poor.
Okay.
The reason being is the rich, they have access. You understand what I'm saying? Once you hit a certain plateau, it's going to be hard to fall from that plateau. People do, but it's easier to get back up, you know. So, and the poor, like, you know, the financially poor, they have like different grants and welfare and things as such, you know. And then you have the middle class, the people that work every day, you know. They're not going to go no further than what they are because it's all an institutional system set up to keep everybody in a certain place.
Okay.
You're paying high taxes. You're not able to get any of these benefits that they have out here for folks, you know. So you're just, like, stuck in the middle. Like that song Michael Jackson has. You're just stuck in the middle. And so, you know, that was my opinion.
Okay. Now, hang on a second, Janet, because you and I, we do talk from time to time behind the scenes. I respect your intelligence and your research highly. Is it fair to say that the poor and the middle class are old terms now and things are very different and we're not sure where most people fall because the one-time poor people are now getting the bag by way of social media. I see so many people getting paid off of social media, whether it be TikTok, YouTube, or other platforms, Instagram, and I can't in any way, shape, or form try to look down upon them. Some of them are doing better than, as you just said, middle class people. So who are the poor and the middle class in today's day and age?
Well, if we're going to put it that way with the new technology and everything, because we have a lot of people coming up and they're making a lot of money. Unfortunately, these people, some of them are not managing their money, and you read about this all the time in different articles where this blogger or that blogger, or this blogger in trouble, or this one is homeless now and things, or this one jumped off a roof somewhere. So, but I would say the working poor would be the most concern of mine, because you have people that go to work every day, and especially during this this COVID thing and the pandemic and everything, people couldn't make ends meet. But then a lot of the grants and a lot of the programs the ones that weren't open to everybody, they went on the most previous year income. So if you made $85,000 the previous year, you weren't able to get the benefits that was being given out by the local governments and the federal governments and things and such.
Okay. If I could interject for a second, Janet, because I do, again, respect your position and opinions. Is it fair to say that we have a certain group or class of people that prefer to live a certain way, and they're not concerned with, as you just said, managing their money for the future? They live in the moment. They go to the club. They are dressed better than me, better than you. They are driving the new vehicles. They got racks. They got bottles. They are lit. Now, they may not be homeowners. Hang on. They may not be homeowners. They may not have a 501c3. They may not have a 401k. But when they step out, they are fly, jiggy. They are living better than a lot of middle-class people. So the lines are blurred now. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. But again, is it fair to say that a certain class of people will always live a certain way, and we should get over this thing? You look good, but you ain't got no money in the bank. Maybe they'll never have money in the bank. Go ahead.
So I had a conversation with a young lady before, and they started out, we was talking about something, it's not important. And then she said, I got to go down here to the welfare office because they're trying to take my Section 8 away from me. And I said, well, you have Section 8? You're working. They were like, no, my mother had it, and she passed, may she rest in peace. And I was on the lease. When she passed away. So by law, the Section 8 comes down to me, like an inherited piece of property.
I hear you.
So you mean to tell me that you're going somewhere and you're living in these brand new houses they building over here in these cities, these little townhouses with the pools and all this other stuff, and you're paying $600 a month, and nobody's going to say anything? Yet, a person like myself couldn't do it. And I had a thing. I said, listen, a home is something you inherit. A bank account is something you inherit. Right. Assets that your parents or somebody in your family worked for is what you inherit. How are you inheriting a Section 8 cert? That's crazy.
If I could interject for a second, I've been some would say a slumlord for over 23 3 years in Hazleton, Pennsylvania, by way of trailer parks. And most of my tenants were, the state was paying, I'll just say paying for their rent. And I didn't want people that had jobs. I didn't want to deal with somebody who lost their job. You know, they fell on hard times, and then I got to give them some time to find another job. Fuck no. I want that state money on time, and you can do whatever the fuck you want to do. Go look jiggy. I don't give a goddamn if you got no money. And when that state money, when there's a problem with it, I'm going to put you out. I'm going down to the courthouse to file a paperwork and get you the fuck out. I'm just rambling. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about this on another level. Let's talk about healthcare. People that get Medicaid. Okay. Now, take for instance, I have my mother, right? Worked all her life, went to school, was a nurse, then she went to work for the state. She did all this other stuff to get her pension, civil service, did everything she was supposed to do. You understand what I'm saying? So she get bone cancer, right? So she's in the hospital. Right. I'm taking care of her, right, and holding down the family because that's what you're supposed to do.
Right.
So I go to the pharmacy one day to pick up her medicine, and they're telling me that I have to give them $500 for the medicine for my mom.
Lord have mercy.
Now, meanwhile, you take somebody else who's been on Medicaid.
Medicaid. I was about to say, nobody got Medicaid?
Anything.
I'm trying to hear all that.
Huh?
Ain't nobody got Medicaid? I was about to ask. Medicaid.
No. My mother's civil service. No, she had a health care from her pension. All that stuff comes along with, you work a certain years, you get certain health care, you get things, and you're supposed to take care of you for the rest of your life. But meanwhile, if you get something serious, you have to, you're paying $200 to $500 for medicine. Right. But meanwhile, somebody on Medicaid is not paying that, and they haven't worked.
Yeah.
And they have the same illness. Okay. So you tell me the middle class is not suffering.
I think you've got a very, very good point, but from my position, being a landlord, I don't want to hear your hardships, and I don't give a goddamn where you work. I just want my money. I don't give a fuck about your degree or where you went to school. I want that goddamn money. If I can't get the money, time for you to go. Anyway, hey Janet.
But you asked.
Okay, I'm sorry. Finish.
You asked the question, Star.
I did.
Or who had it harder?
I did.
You're right. So and I just answered you in my opinion.
Thank you. You said the middle class.
I give you some love, Lord. Bye.
Thank you, Janet.
Bye, Mr. Star.
Bye now.
Bye.
We have good conversations throughout the day sometimes. Very knowledgeable woman, and she has really, really helped me. I appreciate her. Big I Key, salute. It's me. Pardon me. Is it me or is Akon just saying stupid shit on the regular now? Why doesn't nobody in his team tell him to sit his ashy ass down somewhere? I forgot to add, the Bronx has always had high crime, but rape was never one of them. That didn't start until all these other boroughs moved over here. I beg to differ, sir. Rape was an issue back in the 80s, I remember, in the Bronx. You had all those burnt down buildings. You had a homeless issue in the Bronx. You had people on heroin and crack. It was a war zone. It got so bad up there, they made documentaries. They even made a movie, Fort Apache, the Bronx. It was out of control, but thank you for your donation as always, Big Aki. Psych Ward. Diddy said no money. Pardon me. Diddy said more money, more problems, and went platinum. Among should have dropped. Okay, you meant to say Akon should have dropped his opinion on a track with Gaga on the hook. Okay, you meant to say Akon. You spelled Among, A-M-O-N-G. Thank you. I think we're good here tonight, folks. I appreciate your support and your time. There's my PayPal information on the screen. A couple of you sent me emails. Everyone doesn't have Cash App. I always post at the top of the live chat the PayPal information, but I guess for the rebroadcast, the live chat doesn't make it. Sometimes we do let the live chat roll. It's not so much that we, take it down intentionally, but when we edit the beginning of the show or the ending of the show, YouTube automatically takes the live chat away. That's what happens. It's not just, take it down to take it down. And let me also say again, salute to Hustle. Yes, sir. I got your donation. You have to send an email, man. Let me put my email address on the screen. As a matter of fact, you have it. You have it. Reach out to Amy. I honestly don't deal with the YouTube copyright strikes. Some people swear, I must have said something that really bothered him. No, it didn't. No, it didn't. I just don't want to be associated with some people. So I give them the leeway to do what they feel is best. And I appreciate their help, all right? I'll see you guys tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And let me get the homies banner on the screen first. Santino, make sure you check out his music. And you guys have a good night. Take care.